Hello, hello. What day is it? It's Tuesday. It's Travel Tuesday, and I am here with you. You got the music playing, getting you ready to think about traveling in the future. And I have a special guest, but I'm not going to introduce her yet. So welcome to the broadcast. Welcome, welcome. All right. So today I have a special guest, but for those of you who don't know me, my name is Eva Jordan Johnson, and I am, along with my husband, the owner of Jordan Travel Enterprise. I help you to have worry-free group vacations and conferences. Most people are overwhelmed and stressed out with the planning and logistics of a group travel event. Well, we transform your ordinary vacations and conferences into amazing group adventures. And before I get started, I want to just give you a little clip and to show you a little bit more about Jordan Travel. So, and then I'll be right back. Okay, hello, hello. So today I have the honor and pleasure of introducing to you Danita Moss, and she is a scribe, and we're going to find out, we're going to delve into what's a scribe. And Eva, why scribe on Travel Tuesday? Well, just a moment, I'm going to show you. But I want to introduce you to Danita and tell you a little bit more about her. De'Nita Moss is a creator of Trinity Scribes. It's a live streaming support service for entrepreneurs. She is a New Jersey native who loves God, writing, and good food. Admittedly, she doesn't have it all together, but is growing in mind and spirit daily. So welcome to the broadcast, Danita.
Hello, hello. Hey, Eva. Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So I'm going to, as I advertise, you are on the promotional piece, I advertise you're a scribe extraordinaire. So, and you are, because you have really blessed my business. But what is a scribe who does live stream? What is that? What's that all about?
So a scribe is basically someone, so back in biblical times, scribes were people who basically copy down text or copy down information from like the oral tradition, so what was said, or usually written text. And so a scribe is someone who basically writes down what is said. And for those who live stream, because I do that for those who live stream, it's during a live broadcast. So like what you're doing right now, I would be in the comments basically reiterating what you're saying. And so it's helpful to I want to say the right word, to capture history, if you will, or capture what was just said.
And that's interesting to know that scribing goes all the way back to biblical days. Yeah. I have a niece, and she's a scribe. She's a medical scribe.
Ah, okay.
So she assists the doctors. So, they've got to get a lot of information, a lot of details, and she goes in the room with the doctors, and she scribes. And then it's so helpful for them because they don't have to remember things, and she's capturing all the information. And you do that for entrepreneurs, so it's awesome. So my next question is, how does that help an entrepreneur or business owner? How does what you do help an entrepreneur?
So scribing helps an entrepreneur, business owner, because it is a support service. So what I do is I support the entrepreneur who's broadcasting, and I also serve their audience. And so for broadcasters who are new to broadcasting, I'm there to ease their nerves. I'm there to let them know, like I'm here with you. I know that you're trying to perhaps sell something or promote something or share just a message, share a blog post or something like that. And it's hard. It's a lot going on when you go live.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that I'm that built-in like cheerleader in the comments to let them know, they're not alone. Like there's someone here listening to you. And so I think that serves a business owner and entrepreneur well. And then, like I said, I also serve their audience. And so if I'm familiar with the business, if I've worked with them before, and even if I haven't, I try to do research beforehand. And so I'm able to answer some audience questions. And so I think that's helpful as well. If someone asks a question while a broadcaster is talking, and they miss it because there's a lot going on, they might miss the question as it's scrolling up the screen. And I try to fill in those areas for them. So I think that's why it's helpful.
It's definitely helpful. And for those people out there, and if you are an entrepreneur or even a service provider, because what I just found out a bit about Danita that I didn't know is that she also scribes for webinars. So if you're doing a webinar, and even I could imagine even a church service could use her services. But that's just so helpful to have you can focus on your content. Right. And not have to know that Danita is there in the background, your assistant,
right?
Information, getting all the information down. So, how does scribing affect the life of the person that you're hiring? How does it, or the performance that the person has? How is it? How does it? What's the benefit?
What's the benefit of scribing? So for me, like I said, the benefit is, okay, so I've worked with a lot of different entrepreneurs as far as the industry that they work in. So I think that kind of helps me gauge the benefit. So for example, I've worked with a dermatologist, for example. So I think the benefit for her is that, well, fun tip, just because you're interviewing, fun tip, I've learned a lot that my spelling is okay, but depending on the person I'm working with in their industry, it's hilarious because I'm like, I have no idea how to spell that.
Yeah,
and dermatologist,
like a dermatologist, that's a lot of medical words that you use every day.
Yes, and so like for example, the dermatologist that I work with, I'm just like, well, I don't really know how to spell that term, so it's fun for me in that way. But for her, I think a lot of the times they want to ask a question and she has already answered it. So they come on the broadcast maybe 5 minutes late and she has already answered a question about hair loss or thinning hair or what's the best, something like that. And I'm there to reiterate what she's already said. So she doesn't have to constantly repeat herself.
Okay.
And then if there's something that I can't, like a word that I don't know how to spell or something like that, I'll probably just input their website or something like that so that they can definitely contact them with, follow-up questions or like their email address, for instance. And so for her, it's just kind of like the flow of the broadcast because she'll get a lot of different questions live. For someone who is selling something, in particular, like a particular product, for them, I think the benefit is instead of having someone in your comments listening to they should listen to your entire broadcast, but instead of leaving your broadcast to go try to figure out what product that was, they really wanted that product. Hey, Samara. And they don't have to go to your website and click all over the place and try to find the exact spelling of the product that you just put up, because I'm there and I put the direct link in. And so it closes the gap for direct sales online because they have to leave the broadcast, to go to your website. And so I kind of closed that gap a little bit by putting in a direct link.
One of the benefits that I have seen using your service is that because I'm not as consistent as I should be, and when I use your service, I'm getting much more engagement. And because I have more engagement, Facebook is sharing it out more. And when I don't use you, and maybe I just have a few comments or picked a time where people don't come on live, my numbers are much lower. So using your service really helps to get get it out there and get your information, and it helps Facebook to share it more.
Okay, thank you for that. I'll also say, um, when you were talking about if you made sure the time when you broadcast that people are available to watch you live, and one of the benefits of Facebook obviously is the replay of the broadcast, and so even that, I think having a scribe is a benefit, because I honestly, as a consumer as well, as someone who watches videos all of the time as well, if I click on your video and it's an hour long, I may not sit there and watch the entire hour, right? And so even if I jump in and I get on and I'm like maybe 20 minutes in or wherever I am on your broadcast, I can still look and see, well, if you had me or a scribe in your comments, I can still see what you were talking about, or what I can directly find what you were talking about, or even if you have like main points, I can like pick those out from the scribe. So I think that's great too.
Okay. Now, if you're watching and if you're a replay viewer, do put replays rock in the comments. And if you have a comment, feel free to or a question for me or Danita, feel free to put it in the comments, whether it's travel related or scribe related. So my next question is, how do you become a scribe? There are, when you think about, okay, what you want to do, things that you want to do as an entrepreneur or a job. Like I said, my niece is a scribe. That's her profession. How do you become how did you become a scribe? Not how do you become, but how did you become a scribe?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can just share my experience. So, how did I become a scribe? Okay, so here's the backstory. I became a scribe through a personal desire to be a support to a community that I was a part of. So at the time, the community, Black Biz Scope, formerly Black Biz Scope on Periscope, now Black Biz Live on Facebook. It was a community-based initiative founded by 3 amazing women. I'll just go ahead because it's easy that way, right? 3 amazing women, Pamela J. Booker of Quotas by Nature, Adia R. Rogers of the Trinity Socialite, and Christine St. Bill of Moms in Charge No I, and Purpose Driven Media Group. And basically they formed this community of amazing entrepreneurs who came and sold and supported and shared the broadcast. So on Fridays they came on and they had an entire schedule. I don't remember exactly when I joined Black Biz Scope, but I would watch the broadcast all of the time. And at the time, I wasn't in a position to financially support the businesses, so I felt kind of bad. I'm sitting here watching them, learning all of the information, and I can't really support them. But because I was so used to watching them, one day, one broadcast came on and somebody jumped in like 2 minutes late, and they had said their website or said something, and they said, oh, someone asked, what's your website, or where can I get that? And so I just, since I knew I've been watching, I just put their website in. And I just kept doing that. And that happened for about 2 or 3 years, probably like 2 years. And one of the founders was like, Danita, people will pay you for this. And I was like, no one's going to pay me for this. I've been doing this for free for, a little while. No one's going to pay me for this. But I was absolutely wrong. And I'm so glad that, that the founder said that to me, because entrepreneurship wasn't even on my radar. And I wasn't trying to be an entrepreneur. I was just trying to be helpful, because I felt like me just listening wasn't helpful enough, and I couldn't buy anything from any of these businesses. And so being helpful helped me, because now I am in business.
And the thing about it is it was a natural for you.
Yeah, it was
something that you had to think, oh, what am I going to do? Da, da, da.
It just happened, and yeah, it just happened. So that's how I became a scribe. Okay. And then you asked, how do you become a scribe? So, I mean, for me, as a scribe, I just kind of listen really well, I think. And I take good notes. Mm-hmm. and I type pretty fast. And so, I mean, how do you become one? I mean, I think you just start. I don't know. I don't know if there's a how to, like a blueprint.
Key, some of the key qualities that you need if you want to scribe.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you can do something similar to what you're doing. There are, like I mentioned, my niece is a medical scribe.
Right.
So there's all these opportunities out there. And sometimes when you think about, oh, what can I do? Sometimes it's those things that you do naturally, or that you would, if you didn't get paid, you would do it for free. That's
right.
That works out really well. So during, let's transition a little bit. Okay. And as I said, thank you for watching. I see we have some people that are watching live. Put your name in the comments. Oh, there's somebody. Let me. Lydia. Really wonderful, awesome, and Lydia, I totally agree. So let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Sarah says you're a good listener and a fast typer, and for me, you are, because for me, if by the time, especially like what is it? Oh, I'm thinking about her name. The necklace.
Sharice Jones of Sassy Jones. Shop Sassy Jones.
She has a on her shows on, I don't remember the day, but she has prizes that she gives if you put the name in.
Yes, yes.
I put the name in, maybe go or something. By the time I put the name in, 10 people have named it already.
So the secret to that is, I really think, I mean, I do type fast, but I really think that there's something with, like, the internet connection kind of thing. Because honestly, like, I've been on other broadcasts and I've done the same thing. And I think I'm the first one to answer. And there's like 50 other people who have already typed the word, or they've started typing the word before I hear the word. And I'm like, well, how did that happen? So that's that. But yeah.
But you just trying to make me feel good. I know I'm a slow typer. So during this season, well, hello, welcome to the broadcast, and thanks for joining. During this season, my next question is, in life, in view of COVID, the Black Lives Matter protests, the loss of lives, even the fires right now in California, there's so much going on. What are some positive things that you can say that's come out of this time for you and your family?
Positive things. So for me and my family, I think really it's just being intentional about spending time together. My family is, I don't know, we're close. Okay. So we're close, but I don't know if we are as close knit as others. And so I think this time is really showing my family and just a lot of people that, spending time with the people that you care about is really important. And I think we all know that, but like you said, with so much going on and, so many factors at play as far as time is concerned, and not, it being a very uncertain commodity, I think, that is one of the things really of this time that has been impressed upon my family. For me personally, if you know me IRL, in real life, I usually encourage people to like slow down, like take some time to, like, relax, like, rest, like take it easy, like don't, bombard, have your schedule so, full that you can't just sit still, or, just be still. And this time really has shown me that, one, I can do that better, and that I can also put more on my schedule. So, I think it's a 2-in-1 kind of thing, just really being clear about, what you want to do, and then just being intentional about making that happen. It's just kind of like time management, like just what you need to get done, get it done. And, I guess prioritizing, I think, is the best way to sum that up. So prioritization and spending time with the people that you love.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Because this time I have spent a lot of time with my husband as he's been home from work. I'm working from home, and just the quality time.
Yeah.
and has been really good. And for me, just spending more time, having a quiet time and
Mhm.
prayer and
Yeah.
reading my Bible has been also a blessing and an encouragement. So my next question is, what tips would you give someone who is considering going live? Let's start with the person who is listening and they're thinking about it. They're nervous. Uh, what tips would you give them for the newbie?
Okay. So tips I would give someone who is thinking about going live. So this person has not gone live at all, is what you're saying, like a first time broadcaster, right?
Right. They're
Okay.
they're seeing people going live. They
Right.
promote their service or a product or or
Anything.
for themselves, begin
Hmm.
themselves, but they're nervous. What advice
Right.
would you give them?
I would say one, be yourself. I think that a lot of times when you watch people, you were talking about they, watch people, they see people going live, that we try to come up with this live personality. Like I want to be super engaging. I want to have people watch me like they watch them. And you'll get, you'll build that rapport with people, but you can't build that rapport if you don't go live, right? So I think one, I would say be yourself. So one, be yourself. Two, try it. There is, I mean, what can go wrong? You can be nervous. You can drop something. You can say a lot. I mean, it's just you go live, and it's an experience. It is an experience. I think, and you know what? Honestly, here's the thing: you can delete them. So if by chance you go live and you don't enjoy the experience, or someone says something, negative or whatever, I mean, you're just sharing yourself. You're sharing yourself. You're sharing your thoughts. If you have a business, that's what you're sharing. So I think honestly, just do it. Um, if you have a phone, if you have a laptop, a computer, you can go live. It's free right now, um, on social media. Hey, and
So for instance, Danita had found so many great people following you. You seeing them way back on Paris.
yeah,
And Frida, that's how Danita and I met because
yeah,
we were on Face Black Biz. It was Black
Periscope,
Biz originally on
yeah,
Paris, and then it became Black Biz
right.
Live.
Mm-hmm.
When I started, I did not know what I was doing, and they encouraged us. They said,
Yeah.
when you go live, just get started right away. Don't wait for people. Sometimes you'll hear people say, "I'm waiting for people to come in," and
Mm-hmm.
they gave great tips, great encouragement, and
Right.
then the community that you get. Had it not been for that, I would never have met Danita.
That's absolutely right. And so thank you, Frida. Thank you, Eva. And then to piggyback off of what Frida said, get a community. Find people who, and you know what, when you start, it may not be a group. It may be get some of your friends, tell them I'm going live. Come on, so you won't be so nervous. So you're talking to somebody, and just see how they go, see how that interaction is. And then I think go from there. You'll be surprised. I will say, let me admit, my name is Danita Moss, and I don't enjoy live broadcasts. I don't enjoy live broadcasting, so I don't like being the broadcaster.
I pulled you in. I said, look,
She
people
reeled
want
me in.
to know you. They want to get to know you.
All about travel, right? Yes, I mean it, but it's okay. There's nothing that happened. There's nothing that has gone, particularly wrong. Where I'm like, oh my gosh, someone's gonna, you get me. That's it. I don't. That's it.
And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And I still get nervous. I still, sometimes like I go blank. But each
No.
time when I go back and look at some of the old Periscopes, and it's broadcasting on Periscope right now, Travel with Eva, And I was like, wow, look how I can see how
Growth.
I've come, how I've,
Yeah.
and so, it's been a blessing. Now, what about a quick tip for someone who has been going live? What are some tips that you would give for them? They're
Okay.
not newbies, but they're doing it, but they still have some discomfort, or they're always open to learning something new.
hmm So if you are a business owner and you are looking to grow your audience, I would highly suggest considering collaborating with someone else. And so something just like what you're doing, Eva, how you have, so if you all don't know, it's Travel Tuesday. And Eva has amazing, amazing interviews on this series. She's done like Q&As and travel tips and things like that. And so she's had people on. And so, I mean, I've learned so much from Eva about like river cruises and Bahamas. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to go. But collaborating with other people, um, that builds your audience, because there may be someone who has never seen me before, for example, tonight, and I'm on Eva's platform, and they may follow me. They may book me, and so I think joining with other people because you've been in business or you've been going live for a while, collaborating with others is very helpful. Obviously, I think you want obviously your brands to be aligned and it, for it to make sense. But I think that's important. Another tip, I would say like try to have like a consistent schedule. And that doesn't even mean, once a week or, twice a week. That means, so, okay, a lot of people do like motivational, I can't speak, motivational. There we go. That sounds really wrong. Motivational Monday. Um, and so like find something, even if you only do that, I mean, even if you only do that once a month, have something where people can expect to look for you. Right. So like I said, it's Travel Tuesday. I know Travel Tuesday, by like the back of my hand, because even, it's Travel Tuesday. I get it. And so, there's times when it's hard to remember that you're going to go live if you haven't been consistent. So if you come on Thursday one week and then come on Monday and then come on, Saturday, I'm like, I mean, I might catch you, but you want to be what business people, you want to be top of mind. And so make yourself top of mind by making it easier for people to find you and for people to connect with you. So yeah.
Okay. Well, Danita, I just want, and if anybody has a question, be feel free to put them in the comments. And as I say, if you're replay viewers, put those in the comments. Uh, so how can someone get in contact with you?
Okay, so if you would like to get in contact with me, I'm pretty active on social media. And so you can find me everywhere across social media at Trinity Scribes, and Eva put it up there for you. And you can also visit, I'll say it and then spell it out. You can visit bit.ly/Trinity Schedule. And there you can find all of the information we shared tonight about what I do, why I do it, and things of that sort, how to book me, my schedule, things of that nature. So you can go there and find out everything about me there. Yeah.
Okay, so if someone wanted to say, you know what, I'm doing lives and I want to increase my, I want to help the people that are watching, and then I want to be able to increase my reach, because
Mhm.
when I use Trinity Scribe, I get a lot more engagement. So if they want to do that, then they would go on that like bit.ly/Trinity schedule and
Yes.
set up a time to talk with you. And
Yes. Yes.
okay. And then she has a blog. I want to share her blog.
Yes. So the blog, that blog, honestly, I honestly don't even remember when it started. I want to say maybe 2006 or 7 or something like that. Um, and it is not, I haven't blogged in a good while, but I have been considering getting back to it. But the blogs up there are kind of just lifestyle kind of stuff, just like random thoughts that I have that I wanted to share. My poetry is up there. Some of my poetry is up there, and thoughts about scripture. I didn't get a chance to say, so I'll say it really quickly. The name Trinity Scribes, the Trinity aspect of the name. I'll tell you what Scribe was. Trinity is just a reflection of my faith. And so I am a Christian. And so the Trinity represents the triune God. And so God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. And so it's just a reminder to me, and I guess it could be a reminder to you since I just told you about my faith. So that's what that is. So
yep. Now I want to say, don't forget to subscribe and share out this broadcast. If you know someone who could benefit from Danita's service, or just someone who would like more information about it, share it out for entrepreneurs out there, service providers, and that are going live, doing webinars. As you can see, I have her on my show. I highly recommend her service. And my website is jordantravelenterprise.com. I'm a group event travel specialist, and I'm encouraging people to plan vacations and group events or conferences now, because it's a great time. It may not feel like it, but it's a great time to plan. And when travel opens up, you can
be ready
and try and travel later and be ready. And then I have a blog. It's travelwitheva.com. So again, I want to let me see if there's any questions left over. Nope, looks good. So, as I said, don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to Periscope. I know you haven't seen me in a long time, but I'm back, and I'm on YouTube and here on Facebook. So, thank you so much for taking this time to check in, and I'm glad that Danita, that you got a chance to come on, and I got to share my secret weapon when I go live. And it's encouraging because sometimes I'm like, I'll say, Danita, how did I do? Or
yeah,
what can I do better? And I see the comments, and it's just really good. So anyway, I always like to end my broadcast by saying, have a blessed day, and do take time to be a blessing to someone else. Bye for now. Bye-bye.